What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here, and we have a classic team, the triple counter team. Deoxys, Vigoroth, Obstagoon, leading in with a beautiful lead with all these steel types and flyers walking around. You would think, you know what, counter with the flying type meta would not be very good, but it is. It is very, very nice. So, medichamh is obviously a great lead. This is where you want to see the medichamh on the Deoxys, or you want to lure out the medichamh with your Vigoroth and have Obstagoon in the back as your sweeper. So, gonna go for double Thunderbolt here. Thunderbolt is the move you kind of want to run. You don't want to run Rockside because of this matchup right here. If you ran Rockside, you would have to go for Psycho Boost, which would debuff yourself. So, definitely do not want to be running that. They come out with a noctowl, and with same energy advantage, you look on PV Poke, run the Sims. Vigoroth actually wins the one shield against noctowl here, just because of the pure counter damage. It's not resisted because of that normal typing that noctowl has. It is actually neutral. So, and the body slam spam is just, it is absolutely amazing. You get to their body slam one counter before the first two sky attacks, and then on the third sky attack they get there in 5. So they actually have an Umbreon in the back. So medichamh, noctowl, Umbreon, very, very bulky team. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna shield up the last resort. The sky attack will not KO, and I'm gonna build up to almost back to back here. Try and draw out the last shield. Oh, never mind. There is no more shield. And from here we can just counter all the way down and have a Night Slash locked and loaded for that noctowl, and that's going to be a good game. Well played. So having Obstagoon as a sweeper in the back really worked out clutch in this matchup. If you can't draw out the medichamh, then it's really, really hard to win games. Another medichamh lead, seeing all kinds of medichamh leads right now. Gonna go to the Thunderbolt. I'm gonna go 1 over. Usually my opponents like to throw right at 8, thinking I'm gonna throw my Thunderbolt at 8 because it's 8 to the Thunderbolt here. They just throw the Ice Punch, which is quite nice. Does not do a lot of damage, but over time, it's 6 counters to the Ice Punch, so they are gonna significantly outpace you. So the thing is that you gotta throw the Thunderbolts because you don't want to debuff yourself. So you take one more Ice Punch and then be able to make it to a Psycho Boost. And if they want to shield this, I'm going to go straight into my Vigoroth here, just to try and make it to the body slam before they reach, and it's a CMP tie. Absolutely amazing. We don't need to take any more damage on that Vigoroth than we need to, and we don't have to expend a shield. Out comes a Mantine. You'll love to see it. Body slams are going to be coming out here, and they only build up to 5, so I know this is just the Ice Beam. 7 wing attacks to the Ice Beam, 5 or 4 to the Bubble Beam. Another body slam coming through. I'm just gonna get this thing as low as possible so I can come in with my Obstagoon, because I have a feeling, you know, they're not swapping out. There's got to be something in the back that's really, really weak. I'm bringing the Obstagoon, and this is a very debatable shield, but I'm gonna do it anyways. They have a boatload of energy, and we shield the correct move, and they quit the match. So GG's there. There was no reason not to shield there because they had overfarmed a lot. They had about 8 wing attacks worth of energy. Maybe if they would have baited and then thrown the Bubble Beam, but I would have gotten the Night Slash off, and I still had the Deoxys to clear out that debuff and a shield, so we would have won that game. So Venusaur matchup, I like to build up 1 before the second Psycho Boost, so it's 5 counters to the Psycho Boost. 5 counters to the Psycho Boost, so I like to do about 9 counters or 8, depending on what I'm feeling in the matchup. And then I like to switch out after I throw my double Psycho Boost to draw a shield and do some valuable chip damage on that Venusaur, because they usually are not going to double shield. And if they do, they go down both shields, and Vigoroth can kind of handle it, and then Obstagoon's going to struggle, but they should be able to handle it. And I will shield that Frenzy Plant because it's kind of a garbage matchup. And you really don't want to play that without the Deoxys. So, gonna throw this Psycho Boost here at the Azumarill just to get out of here. just get rid of it, see what they want to bring in. If they bring in the Venusaur, I'm going to outpace here. But they actually decide to bring in Registeel, which is really nice. Gonna go 6 counters just because I came in 1 counter late. Usually I'd go 7 counters and then cross chop, but 6 and then almost CMP tie. They bring in the Venusaur and they kind of really misplayed that, because now I just farmed down that Venusaur and I have so much energy. If my opponent just would have stayed in with the Registeel, they would have been able to outpace me to 2 cross chops, which I needed 2 cross chops to KO, and that would have been a good game, well played. But I think maybe they thought I had a little bit more energy, or a cross chop would have done more damage. So Vigoroth lead, absolutely amazing. Out comes a Lantern. I'm gonna build up to the Thunderbolt, gonna bait with the Psycho Boost, and then I'm gonna come in with the Vigoroth here. And believe it or not, Vigoroth beats Lantern in the 1 shields. I am going to shield up this Thunderbolt because I know they had a lot more energy. So there's no reason for me not to shield it up. And I wanted to preserve some health because I know they're going to throw a second Thunderbolt anyways. I'm going to build up to the Bulldoze and throw it right away. Actually, 1 counter over. That says left, right, good night. Back in comes the Vigoroth. And look at the counter damage. They are going to be able to farm me down, but not before I get off this vital Body Slam, which is absolutely crucial. I'm going to let all these Body Slams go through, and they're probably going to swap out here. It's an Altaria, not the Pokemon I wanted to see, but let's see if we can pull this one. See if we can pull this one out. I throw the Thunderbolt. They decided to no-shield that, which is absolutely amazing. Gonna no-shield the Sky Attack here. They did not build up enough for the Moonblast, which is super nice on my end, because I don't have to expend a shield. I'm going to throw the Night Slash, hopefully get to 1 more, but we just fall short. Now I have to commit to a farm down here. They decide to bring in Vigoroth. I go for a Psycho Boost just to draw that last shield away. We get the shield, we get the counter sneaking through, and we're going to be able to counter them down. Have a Psycho Boost locked and loaded for that Altaria, and that's going to be a very close, good game. Well played to my opponent. So now we're going to be hopping in, I think, the final matchup of the set. I have 2 sets for everybody here. Azumarill, kind of where you want to see it. I mean, Vigoroth with energy can handle Azumarill, to be honest, but Thunderbolts are really good. And I kind of make a misplay in this game. Not a lot of Azumarills are going to shield the first charge move, which should tell me, or you if you're going to run this team, that there is something severely weak to Deoxys in the back. And what is weak to Deoxys? Usually it's going to be medichamh that's going to be weak to Deoxys, or a Bastiodon. So my thinking is, okay, they use both shields. I should have been using Vigoroth here to draw out a counter user, because my backline does not want to see a counter user. But I don't know, I was running on a 4-win here, so I was like, oh, there's no way there's a medichamh in the back. They bring in a noctowl, so it kind of threw me off here, and then I'm like, wait, Azumarill, noctowl, what is their steel answer? There has to be a medichamh in the back, and by the time I figured this out, I've thrown all my Body Slams, and all those Body Slams could have done so much damage to that medichamh. Unfortunately, it's a medichamh in the back, and we're going to lose this game. I'm not even going to bother shielding it. They do also have Power Up Punch, so, I mean, give and take. I played that one pretty wrong. Once I seen they shielded the first Thunderbolt, I should have swapped into my Vigoroth. Trevenant lead, kind of a little bit of a difficult lead, but if you go in with Vigoroth, they can only throw C-bombs at you, which it does do damage, but you can kind of hit back with the Bulldoze here. It's a lot more energy, but definitely want to be throwing the Bulldoze, or you can bait with the Body Slam, but most Trevenants are not going to shield, so might as well just go for the Bulldoze. Out comes a, what is that, a Steelix? Yes, that was a Steelix, and gonna get us some vital chip damage here with the Body Slam and the counters. Gonna let this one go, and since there's a Trevenant in the front, I'm assuming they're gonna be running a double steel team with could be anything. I'm hoping it's a Bastiodon. Bastiodon would be probably the best scenario. Left, right, good night, Deoxys. I bring in the Obstagoon, get a nice little farm. Back in comes a Trevenant, and the only reason a Trevenant is going to come in to an Obstagoon is if there is something that doesn't want to see a counter user. So I am very happy right now. Gonna be able to get another Night Slash off, get that last shield, throwing on CMP so I don't give a free Shadow Claw through. I am gonna be shielding this one up just because I do not want to get my Obstagoon too low, where if it is a Bastiodon, they're gonna smack me down. They do catch on the Bastiodon, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's nothing to be wary of. I mean, my health is getting kind of low, but at the same time, Shadow Claws are not doing enough damage. I do have a shield. I'm gonna go straight for the back-to-back cross, or almost the back-to-back cross shops, and they are not at a Seed Bomb because they only had 4 Shadow Claws. So I do have a Night Slash locked and loaded, saying left, right, good night, Trevenant, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent here. Deoxys into another Trevenant, going to swap out into that Vigoroth. Is it another Trevenant double steel team? Because I have seen quite a few double steel Trevenant team. I mean, with all the flyers in the meta, it's kind of a good team to run, you know? Draw out the flyer with the Trevenant, come in with the steel type, take out the flyer, and then you have Trevenant for your fighter. I mean, medichamh can kind of core break the team a little bit, but Trevenant does do good against medichamh. But in this case, it is a Drapion. So I'm going to take the crunch and not going to throw any energy because I want some more farm on my Obstagoon here, just to be able to get to more Night Slashes on that Trevenant. Hoping they don't know how much energy I have because I've been like over farming quite a bit here, but my opponent actually throws here on misalignment, giving me a free counter through. I'm gonna let the first Seed Bomb go through, gonna build up a little bit more energy and then throw on CMP tie so I don't give a free Shadow Claw. Again, I'm gonna be shielding this move here. Weird that they're bringing in a Trevenant to an Obstagoon, so what could be in the back, I wonder. My opponent counts correctly, and again they catch the freaking Night Slash. And unfortunately, this game gets really close. Gonna be able to get to this cross shop here, hoping it KOs. It doesn't. We get that counter down. Absolutely amazing. Get to this Night Slash. Gonna be taking out that Trevenant. See you later. And that's gonna be a good game. Very close. This is one of the hardest leads for this team. It's better you see it on the Deoxys rather than in the back, because if it's in the back, you're gonna struggle. I'm gonna tell you right now, Altaria really messes this whole team up because of the raw Dragon Breath damage and the fact that it's a flying type and it's resisting counters. It really messes with this team. We're able to get a shield with the Psycho Boost, which is so critical. Gonna no shield that Sky Attack. Out comes an Escavalier, and I should have built up to the Bulldoze, but I was afraid that I wasn't going to get there. Maybe I would have, but it was very close. So I decided to bring back in the Deoxys, and I make the mistake of shielding when I know they had the double. Apparently not. So yes, I did make a mistake. Gonna throw this Psycho Boost. Hopefully to, yes, almost take out. And in comes a Vigoroth. Oh no. Oh. I don't think I win this game because now they are almost at the double body slams here, and Deoxys just does not have enough in the tank. Psycho Boost is not one shot, too healthy, and they are at the move. That's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there, really managing their energy at the end game. Pulled out clutch for them. Pelipper lead. Kind of a good lead for us. Really have to watch out for the Hurricane. Hurricane would absolutely devastate us here. So gonna be able to no shield, but it's the Hurricane. Oh, that is so unfortunate for me, but it's okay. We're gonna go for the Thunderbolt, get a shield. Gonna go for a Psycho Boost, and they catch on our Registeel. I have to make a decision what I want to come in with. I decide to come in with Obstagoon here, which may have been a misplay, but in hindsight, it's not a misplay because now I can actually just go for straight cross chops. Don't mind the call up there. Be able to farm down, and now I have 2 Night Slashes locked and loaded. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is a double steal in the back. That would be nice. Let's see here. They shield up. I catch the move. Absolutely amazing. That takes out the Deoxys. I'm going to come back in with Obstagoon. I'm going to take this Weather Ball. Yeah, I take a Weather Ball. Oh, it's a Hurricane. Oh my goodness. They had a lot of energy. My gosh. I know this is just a Rock Slide, but never mind. I shield up the correct move. Over farm. I'll buy a lot here. So we're only like 1 counter away from this Body Slam. And this Body Slam is going to be taking care of that Pelipper. So Pelipper double steal. A lot of double steal teams, which triple counter absolutely loves to see. Haunter, look at the spice of this person. They swap in a Vigoroth, and that is bad news bears for them because we have 1 counter energy advantage, and I'm throwing on CMP. So even though I have 1 counter energy advantage, I'm throwing right at 5 to give myself an energy advantage always. The unfortunate part is for them is I get to a 3rd Body Slam and they tried to farm us down and we're shield up, and then we have an Obstagoon. Absolutely amazing. I bring in the Obstagoon. I think this is the Sludge Bomb. I no shield it anyways just in case, and it's a Powder, Alolan, Ninetales, and we should be able to take this game with Deoxys. I'm gonna go. They're going straight Weather Ball, not even building up to Dazzling Gleam. So if you're this Alolan Ninetales, you want to build up to the Dazzling Gleam to threaten me with a shield. You want to get that shield so that Haunter can potentially win this game in the back. But they're going straight Weather Ball, which kind of works out for them. Able to get this thing quite low, where I now can farm this thing all the way down and almost have 2 Night Slashes locked and loaded for that Haunter when it wants to come back in. 2 Night Slashes locked and loaded. The first one is going to be taking care of that Haunter. Left, right, good night. And that's going to be a beautiful 4-1 victory again. Going 8-2 with this team. Having a lot of fun there. So if you are liking the... Try it out. This is an old team. Wallower made it back in the day. Triple counter. Deoxys, Vigoroth, Obstagoon. A lot of fun. So if you're liking the content, please hit that like button. Comment if you want to see it in the future. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because that's greatly appreciated. It really helps out the channel. And we're almost at 1,000. It's very, very close. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you and we'll see you all in the next video.